Hey everybody, I'm Chris,
And I'm Adam.
and this is the Gamers Hall.
And today we're going to be talking about Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. But specifically, we're going to be talking about a specific subclass. And we want to talk about a few things that we find good about them, probably some things we find bad about it. And then we're going to talk about the roleplay value in those and what you can do in order to spice up the subclass a little bit or just add extra things to a campaign that a DM can use to create maybe a driving force for the campaign or add additional content. You know, give these characters flavor.
Maybe the specific area that you're going to, how's the subclass fit into this area that your players are about to adventure into.
Yeah. And we want to touch on a couple of ways that maybe this subclass can fit into different worlds, different campaign settings, because some of these are pretty spot on what campaign setting they fit in.
Yeah.
Some of them are not.
Alright, so now we're going to be talking about the Twilight Domain Cleric.
I really love this one. This one is so cool and on theme. It's extremely interesting.
It's good. It's really good. Like, I mean,
A lot of things to love about this one.
yeah.
We'll start with a little one of the first things you get at the beginning. The domain spells.
They're really nice.
On point. A cleric with sleep. Like, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Sleep, by the way, has become one of the easiest ways for my parties to kill things I don't want them to kill.
Or just to get around situations.
Yeah. It's very interesting. Eyes of Night, you gain a 300-foot dark vision. You have more dark vision.
Dark vision is very, very underrated.
Yeah.
I feel, because a lot of races come with dark vision,
Yeah.
but there's still a lot that don't.
Right, but you have more dark vision than things that have normal dark vision. A
Yeah,
drow
yeah.
has 120 feet
Yeah.
normally, and you're walking around with 300. That means you see that drow before he sees you.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And you can share it. You can be nice, like, hey, here, join me in the darkness.
Yeah. Now they have to stay near you, but still, that's amazing.
And Vigilant Blessing. Give somebody advantage on initiative.
Yeah,
The person you want to go first every time, you're stacking the deck for them.
Yes. And I mean, maybe you want to go. Maybe you want to go first. So it's like, hey, I know something's coming up. I want to go first and cast. What's that one spell? The Holy Weapon. Is it actually Holy Weapon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cast Holy Weapon on somebody.
Or Guiding Bolt.
Yeah.
Just
setting them up.
Setting them up for the guy to come knock him out. It's the only spot in this, though, that I'm not sure where that ties into Twilight. Like, what is why are
The
you...
shimmering light that it leaves behind afterwards.
Yeah, but it's
That
Twilight.
grants advantage.
It's darker light. It's not... No, the Vigilant Blessing's the one that gives you initiative.
Oh, you're talking about that.
I'm not sure how
Sorry.
that... I'm not
I
sure
thought you
how
were talking
that
about the
fits.
Guiding Bolt.
No. I'm talking about the Vigilant Blessing. I'm not sure how that fits necessarily in Twilight, but I love it anyway. We'll figure that out later. That doesn't matter. The channel divinity to create a little dome of Twilight.
Almost.
Which
is it like protection?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're giving people hit points and ending charm and frightened effects.
Also dim light, which means your Shadow Monk friends work better in it.
Oh man, the Shadow Monk's working better in it. Anyone using Shadow Blade is gonna benefit from this. Warlocks, Devil Sighting,
A lot of level dips you can do. Steps of Night, you gain flying because you fly in the dim light and the darkness. You just kind of hover through it, kind of
for
neat.
1 minute. So basically for one battle.
Yeah, and then
One encounter.
Divine Strike, do extra damage. Cool. Last ability, I was at first like, man, this kind of sucks. Like, I don't think this is that good. Half cover when you're in this.
So I kind of turned him on this one.
The rules guy here definitely explain some things to me that I
So,
kind of
yeah.
glossed over.
Yeah, so anything that's within your Twilight Sanctuary gets half cover now when you're 17th level. And that means half cover from ranged attacks, half cover from blast attacks. And, even if someone's coming up to hit you with a melee attack, half cover from that as well.
Yeah, I didn't realize it affects melee attacks, but it actually does.
Yeah, if somebody flips the table over, you get half cover from that.
And then I even thought, I was like, well, wait, we'll just drop a fireball on them. Who cares? And then realize, oh, yeah, half cover for dexterity saves. So an extra 2 on that, too. So this is a +2 to all the main defenses, AC and dex, for the whole party. And it's a 30-foot radius out from you. That's 60-foot sphere of protection from you. That's crazy good.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy
but
good.
I think a lot of people forget about the fireball one is because a lot of people don't really play fireball the way it is in the rules. Because in the rules, whatever the center point is, if you have a 9x9 block or a 3x3 block, 9 people, you throw that fireball in the center of one of them. The first 4 people, that's the initial save.
Yeah.
All the people around them
get the cover.
Get half cover. So the DC lowers by 2 for them.
Yeah. Just because the fireball can wrap around corners doesn't mean it ignores
the cover. It technically is getting weaker as it's going through. It was the explanation for that.
So another one thing I found weird about this one is you get heavy armor. Don't really understand that. I mean, that's good.
It's good. It's for sure, and you get martial weapon proficiency.
But why? I don't understand that.
Yeah, because it seems like Twilight working with the Night. It doesn't seem like
you'd be loose.
It doesn't seem like you would get heavy armor or martial weapon training for that matter. Because
I would envision you being more of a light character,
more like a life cleric.
Well,
yes. Well, even though they get the heavy armor proficiency as well, but. Like I wouldn't. But I don't see this being a battle character.
Yeah, I would see
more of a buff protector.
Yeah, I see this being as a mobile character that wants to get around, wants to be all over the battlefield in some ways. And heavy armor, I mean, if you can wear it, cool, but not really the most.
I think we'll see a lot of these in the future, though.
Oh, absolutely. There's really not a whole lot bad about this. There's really not.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few weird things, but the weird things are actually good.
I mean, the only thing I could see people downing this one is that it's not going to have the high damage output that some other characters are going to have, but who cares? That's not what this subclass is about.
No.
It's
supplementary. It's making the party better. This is a perfect support domain.
Yeah.
Perfect support domain. You are there to make everybody else look good. Now, this also fits into any campaign setting. In fact, they already put in the book the Twilight deities. They already tell you where these would fit in.
Eberron, Greyhawk, Eberron, Forgotten Realms, Dragonlance, or even just if you're a halfling.
So, here's one other place this Twilight domain fits in. Gotham. And by Gotham, you're Batman.
Ah.
Because Eyes of Night fits perfectly for Batman. Vigilant Blessing, giving yourself the initiative.
Martial weapons and heavy armor.
The Steps of Night. Thank you, Grappling Hook.
Oh, nice.
Like,
yeah.
Your Twilight Sanctuary is you.
The spells are the utility belt.
Exactly. I'm Batman. I mean, there's lots of ways you could pull off Batman, but this is like your toolbox Batman.
Yeah. That's a very interesting concept for that.
I think it would be really fun, and you could pull it off in so many different ways. I mean, Divine Strike fits with Twilight Shroud. I mean, everything fits.
Yeah, it's really hard to even try and get something bad about this class just because it was done really well.
Right. I mean, do you have an idea we'll go? Because, I mean, how can you top Batman?
How can you top Batman? You know what? I don't know. I'm having a hard time trying to think of something for this one. Because, like, once you threw Batman out there...
Yeah, that's a haymaker.
Sorry,
buddy.
It's like all I can see now is, like Batman.
I'm Batman.
Oh! Cloak. Minus the fact that he teleports everybody around.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you watch...
Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah, Cloak and Dagger, you know,
Marvel characters.
He kind of shrouds things, and he kind of casts darkness around, and like he's very good at in darker areas. So like that, he would work pretty well with this.
He would. That would actually, and also this would fit perfectly in Ravenloft. You know, dealing with the battle between light and dark, and you choosing the middle. Being that style of character.
Spawn.
Yeah, I could see Spawn being a Twilight Domain if you want to go that route.
I mean, you got the heavy armor, you got the martial weapons, your darkness is out, you got the spells to cover up for everything else. He's got that kind of light fly thing. It's not like a real fly, it's more like a hover.
Yeah, I could see that. But definitely, like, ways you could add into this is you could choose to find more things in the darkness. So maybe your push, your drive is to go to the places that are dark, and then actually bringing them to somewhat of light in a way, or maybe the balance.
Who was that chick in Lord of the Rings? The one that Frodo went to see.
Galadriel?
Yeah, I could see her being a Twilight Domain cleric.
She's very bright, but yeah, she could be one. I mean,
this is what she wanted to be.
This is definitely a very elfish style subclass, so it could fit with any style of elves, especially moon elves. Like, I mean, it's right there in the name.
Yeah,
you know, following a listry if you're a drow. But yeah, she's Twilight Domain. There's a lot of ways you can make this work. I don't see how you couldn't fit this in any campaign, any setting. Fit it.
Yeah, I mean, this is the champion fighter of clerics. It could be in any campaign, any setting. It's gonna fit in and do well no matter what.
I mean, it's a great one level dip. Even, I mean,
oh yeah.
If we're going to get into power gaming a little bit, not my thing, but a one level dip to gain 300-foot dark vision, ability to give yourself advantage on initiative,
heavy armor,
a martial weapon, and I gain the sleep spell.
And fairy fire.
So really stacking the deck there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Pretty strong.
Pretty freaking strong. So, but yeah, I think that concludes. Maybe that's the twilight of our video this time. But if you like what we're talking about here, leave us some likes, subscribe, hit that bell notification, drop a few comments, talk about how you could top Batman.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, he stumped me on it. I couldn't think of anything.
I mean, it's Batman.
Yep. But alright guys, keep having fun with your friends out there and keep rolling those nat 18s.
Yeah, 18.